All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome in to the huddle. You have found us once again. Shoot the Gap, a rabbit hole fantasy football focused show spanning the generation gap of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. I am your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin. I'd like to introduce Connor, the gut, the gut marshal.
What's up?
Connor, how you doing, my brother?
I am 5-1. I'm feeling good.
On top again, right? Staying on top.
He's not always hungry, but when he is there, as Arnold would say in Pumping Iron.
When I lift, I'm just never mind. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, we're
We did enough shooting on jokes last episode.
That
we
was
don't
awesome.
Need to bust out. Yeah,
that was so fun. That was a little, yeah, skeet. And it's my pleasure. It's my honor to introduce to you guys Ethan, the Doc Marshall. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing all right, man. We had a good match this week. You came out victorious, but how were we describing it when we were discussing it before the show? How did you describe it? Because I think it was dirty. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a battle of whose team could do the worst.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, yeah. You finally bested me with the Mike Gesicki getting 0, but dude, I tried to get you with Aaron Rodgers doing 5. I tried to get you.
Yeah, you know what? But I said, you know what? I'm gonna make Sanders go out of the game, and I'm going to be Kansas City's defense right now. God,
yeah. That all worked out, dude. We barely won by. I barely won by like 3 or 4 points, and it was just a dirty, nasty, filthy. I feel
it was fun.
Yeah, I need to take a shower afterwards type of win, but.
Like one of those classic games when it's like raining and muddy and it's like 10-3, and no one enjoyed watching it. And it was like, that was our game.
Yeah. Mud bowl. That's what it was. We did a mud bowl. That's what we had. But it looks like, there's still a few minutes left till it's over, but
Zane could go up.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, Zane. Yeah. So yeah, I'm 3-3, and I think you are also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you're going to be a high 3-3, so you'll be way up there. But it's now our 26th show. It's October 19th in this foul year of our Lord. And we'll be doing our Week 6 wrap-up show, which we'll be calling the Blast and Blank Show. And we'll also be discussing the shoot or ceasefire. But before we do all for Thursday, and but because we're going to be doing a change, instead of just doing all the games on one day, what we're going to do is just do Thursday night on this day, and then we're also revamping how we're doing the review to make it try to see if we can go. We're hoping this way we'll go faster, and then on Saturday we're going to do a Saturday show for you guys. Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of news in there, and then we'll be able to do a start sit just like we did last time. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and thank the support of the show. You want to have the honors there, Ethan?
Yeah, man. Start again with the High Volume Music Radio. You guys out there, especially those of you in H-Town, you got to rep the local radio, man. There's some great music coming out of there and some great talk shows like this podcast. So check it out, High Volume Radio and the app. Check it out. You'll hear us on there as well as a lot of great music. Pride of Sunnyside.
High Volume Music Radio app. Yes. Yeah. And it always seems to land on you, Connor, because I guess you're so darn good at it. How about you talk about the Sports Host app, brother?
So the Sports Host app is the premier sports app that I've been using for the last couple of months, and it's really good. It has an ever-growing community. If you want to be a part of something that you can kind of get on the ground up with and watch it grow, watch it turn into something big, maybe even get in while there's still a chance, Sports Host is the app for you.
Ooh, look at that, dude. Nice and concise, right into the point. That's why he's doing it. The man, my brother. Yes, and Ethan, so let's say that if you're just watching the show on YouTube, all right, and you're entertained by 3 generational beefheads just bantering about, what should you do?
You should smash that subscribe button and like it. And
Yeah.
if you don't like it, make sure and click the thumbs down twice to show us you don't like it twice.
Next level
Okay.
plays.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, dude. Up until last week, that was the only bell I cared about was that the like and subscribe bell. But
Hey
Yeah,
oh.
yeah,
changing. Okay, dude. But I think that we got to talk about the game that Alaire had today. Got to talk about that.
yeah. I mean, we could jump right into that if you want to. I mean, it's free form, brother. If you're feeling it.
Yeah. If y'all want, we can start with today and work backwards. The games from today.
Okay. If you okay, yeah, we'll
Oh,
start with.
player.
Okay. How
I
about
forgot
this?
you now.
Yeah. How about this? Okay. Yeah. I'd like to get to. Let's go. Let me go and explain real quick. Since I mentioned it, the blast and blanks. You know what we're doing there. Let's go ahead and just get that up there. But I like your way of thinking. Yeah, we can jump into those games first. Yeah, but as far as the aforementioned blast and blank, basically what we're going to discuss. Okay, we're going to discuss different players that did fantastic for your fantasy team, and if they are fantastic for your fantasy team, Connor, what do we call them?
Blasts.
Yeah. And then not so much, you know, got a little stunk on them. Then Ethan, what are they called?
They're called
There
blanks.
you go. So they're very, very smart, very smooth, very easy. All right, man. So hopefully you guys will dig this approach. But first, we've got to talk about the Reaper meter, man. You want to hit that there, Ethan?
All right. I've been leading it off, so I'll take it. I'm man. I'm down to a one now. I'm down to a one. Things rolled through nicely this week. Seems like they handled everything. When they went and checked out Titan's facility, you could kind of tell where there were maybe some inadequacies and, the kind of threat of investigation, things like that, maybe looms large on some, teams, and they'll be better about it. I think that I don't know if y'all realize this, but there was a time where the MLB was having some outbreaks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they got their crap together, and I haven't heard anything about an outbreak in a really long time. So maybe that's what's happening with the NFL.
Yeah, man, and they also said that there's not going to be any suspensions for the Titans after their investigation. Just probably going to be some fines. You know, so where are you at on it, Connor?
I mean, as Johnu Smith owner, I'm worried about other things more than that. Because he has injury problems, but I mean,
Okay,
I don't think they're getting suspended. I agree with you guys.
yeah, I'm right there with you guys. There was so it's a one all around. There are no new positive tests, and the games are going on as planned. The only thing that's kind of weird, I think, is going to be an issue, is that in the first home game in Philadelphia, they allowed 7,500 fans, and there was a fight. So, in the stands. So I'm wondering if they're going to at least make it like an NFL mandate where no fans can go. Which, if you really think about it, that's the fair thing to do because most teams are going like Green Bay. I know they're going without fans, things like that, and I think New Orleans is doing the same. It's almost an unfair advantage to the ones that do have fans, considering the home field advantage and the cheering and all that. So, yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, Seattle isn't going to have any entire like anyone in California, San Francisco, LA. They can't have them either. I mean, it's kind of That's a good
correct.
point.
Correct. Yeah. So, before we jump into the games, of course, you need to talk about the mash unit. You know the do. Yeah, dude. So as you guys already know, if you've been watching the show, I always like to break this bad news in a happy way. So it's always a nice, merry early Christmas. So what I'll do here is I'm going to say who the Merry Christmas is to, and then I'll ask one of my co-hosts to name the reason why it's a Merry Christmas. That way we can involve everybody. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It's the spirit of giving. It's
Yeah.
including everybody. So we'll start with you there, Ethan. Merry early Christmas, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins owners. Wow.
Oh, yes, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram.
Yeah,
Ooh, doggy.
he got a little gimpy. They split the carries 14-9, but yes, Dubby. handled the passing, and Gus handled the goal line. But they have a bye week, so you have to watch out for that. Um, Merry early Christmas, Dallas Goddard owners. Connor,
I
why?
mean,
Why?
yeah, because Zach Ertz got injured.
Yeah,
And
how,
while we're on Boston Scott.
Well, he
dude,
was
come on,
gonna
don't,
ask.
dude, what the hell's wrong with you?
Same team though. Can't we? I mean, the Eagles are always
No,
getting injured. Can't we
no,
at
this
least
is
Yes.
my
fall
bit.
into?
Okay, this is why I don't include you guys. You see, oh, you know what? You're out of this, Connor. Ethan. All right. You can't be trusted. You're a wild card. I can't trust you, man. Golly, my gosh. All right, yeah. So yeah, Zach Ertz got hurt. He's going to be out 2 to 4 weeks, and this week Goddard's actually eligible to come off the IR. I don't know if he's going to or not. Those ankle fractures, no matter how minor, they do take about 6 weeks to heal. So he'll be on week 4, I think, on this one. So it might be after the bye week, but still, that's still the time for Zach Ertz to be out. Ethan, Merry early Chris. You know what? Okay, it's a spirit of forgiving. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and just give it to Connor. Okay. I think you'll be with me because he already broke the seal on it. So Merry early Christmas, Boston Scott owners. Connor, why?
Because Miles Sanders got injured.
Yeah, I was saving that for Ethan because he's the owner.
Because he's the
He-
owner.
Austin Scott owner.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a good Christmas present for him, but it worked out. Okay, so Ethan, all right, Merry early Christmas, Jarek McKinnon owners.
Yeah, Mostert, man. Mostert, golly. The dude comes back looking like he's gonna be RB, top 10 easily every week, just plowing through people, and he's back out again.
Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that means that I heard on a lot of podcasters saying drop McKinnon, last week. But if you held on to him, you're a smart person. Yeah, patience is a virtue in fantasy football. It seems.
Yeah, and I'm glad I held on to Coleman.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, you're right. You're not wrong for that. Now your trade's looking better and better again.
Right.
That's great. Yeah, yeah. It's the craziest trade. It lives and breathes.
My
it dies.
DJ Moore for Aaron Rodgers trade looks pretty good though.
Sure, dude. Sure. Yeah. I mean,
That could change next week though.
dude. It's not gonna last. He's not gonna play Tampa Bay every day. So yeah. But you as of right now, you're 100% right, sir. And just for that, Merry Christmas, Connor. You take this one. Merry Christmas, Giovanni Bernard owners.
Jeez. There's something about Giovanni Bernard. Whenever you see the mustache that he has, it makes me dislike him more. Like I don't know why. There's just something about him like being there, taking his touches, and I'm like, who's this handlebar mustache looking motherfucker taking Joe Mixon's touches?
It's Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Get you love, Giovanni.
It's me, Giovanni.
Yeah. But no, Joe Mixon did come back, so that was short.
Hell yes,
man.
he did. Yeah, and I mean, he got two
yeah.
rushing touchdowns vultured
Uh-huh.
from Joe and Gio, respectively.
Giovanni. Okay. Then you know what? I'm curious. I think you would. You know what? I'll go to you, Ethan. But don't. But just tell me yes if you know who this is. Okay. Merry early Christmas, Anthony Ferkser owners. Do you know who that is, Ethan? Just say yes or no.
No, I do not.
Connor, do you know who that is?
Hell no.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. He is the backup tight end for Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, because Jonnu Smith, like Connor kind of touched on a little bit. He's got an injury, but dude, don't worry. They said it's gonna be minor. Okay, so this Merry Christmas right here for Anthony Ferkser, it's more of a like a Christmas ham. Okay, it was good that day. Okay, but
Started him.
yeah. If you try to push it for the next the next day, you're gonna might be a little ripe on you if you don't store it correctly. So yeah, that's what more it is. But just to give you an idea, guys, he's actually on my blast. But I'll throw out the stats right now. He had 9 targets for 8 receptions, 113 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown. Yeah, so Yeah, so he I think he scored something like in our half point like 21 points or something like that. So he's like
Yeah.
the tight end of the week or something like that. So yeah, but it's just a name that's so odd. Great to have, I think, as a handcuff. Probably won't be anything though. Be honest with you,
Yeah.
because yeah, because he's back. And did want to just go ahead and give these little couple little news blurbs, if you guys don't mind. Only take me a couple minutes. The Titans starting Pro Bowl left tackle Taylor Lewan, he tore his ACL and is out for the year.
It's not good.
Yeah, his replacement Ty Sombrio, he allowed JJ Watt to sack Tannehill and force that fumble that he did. They do have a rookie tackle named Isaiah Wilson, but he hasn't had his NFL debut yet because he was only activated from the COVID list on October 10th. So, yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah, that's a left tackle. Yeah, that's just rough. Another one is Steelers star linebacker Devin Bush. He tore his ACL and he's out for the season. So maybe they might be easier to run on now. We'll see what happens there. And then just ending on a good feeling on the little news area here. Tua, Tagovailoa, made his NFL debut, but it wasn't due to Fitz magical and Fitz tragic. It was just due to to the Magic spanking the Jets and resting Fitz. So yeah, I just want to throw those new blurbs out there, guys. So let's go on to the new segment, the blast or blanks. Yeah, man. So Ethan, you're kind of chomping at the bit for the games. You want to talk about the KC and Cowboy game real quick?
You mean the
Okay.
KC and Bills game?
Oh yeah. And real quick, just to let you guys know, we're not really going to be doing like games to games to games. We're only doing that for these games, but we're basically going to be hitting on players just in different teams that did real well and ones that didn't. So we're not going games to games to games to games. So just
Yeah,
throwing that out there.
we're compressing it.
Correct. So, but these two games, or whatever we know of the second one, but at least the KC and Bills. Thank you for the correction. We're going to do game, blast and blanks,
Gang,
and kind of give you guys an idea of what we're looking at here. So, who
gang,
would be
gang.
your blast, Ethan, in the KC and Bills game?
Well, first off, Travis Kelce had a hell of a game.
And a hell
He
of a
touched-
fumble.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
he
yeah,
did.
a dumb fumble. But that did very little to his performance. It was spectacular. And also, I thought we had a great showing from Alaire. We talked on the last episode about this being his kind of last time to kind of showcase his skill set before Le'Veon Bell came out. And I think he did that. I think that he came out there and he ran against a tough Bills defense. A Bills defense that has been giving up some big games to the running backs. So, you know, whether that's anything, I think Alaire made a statement that said I should be a part of this backfield
I
today.
agree, but he also showed why Le'Veon Bell was needed. There was a lot of times, dude, whenever they
Mhm.
needed short yardage, and he was just getting just bam, just
Yeah.
stuck, And those also, like I think I saw one screen pass where you could see where Le'Veon Bell would have been able to make better decisions.
Yeah. And when they brought in Williams to do those things, he was not effective at
That's
all.
correct, and they even put in there was a Darwin sighting.
Yep.
So yeah, but yeah, okay, all right. Connor, who would you say would be a blast for? Okay, so Eclair was on Ethan's list. So who would you say did well on the game?
Um, I mean, obviously Kelsey, because I had Kelsey in an ESPN league, so he did good for me. Um, on the Bills, Diggs, he has a pretty high
Okay,
floor.
okay. So on KC, like basically, I was gonna just go like a team, because he
Um,
did Eclair, and I think he did Travis Kelsey
and
also.
we talked about Williams.
Yeah, well, that's a blank. Yeah, but let's
Yeah.
yeah. So, but let's stay with the blast theme. It's a work in progress, guys.
I don't think Hill was really a blast.
Okay, we'll get to blanks. So on blast,
I don't think there are any more.
Mahomes,
I love it.
Mahomes. Yeah, I think Mahomes would be a blast for me. I think he did great.
He's a perma blast.
Yeah. He did this thing which I think is almost cheating, where he was it was third down, they need to get a
I
first
know
down.
exactly what play
Yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah, and he ran to the side, but
And
then
he
act like he was gonna go
spinned
out.
at the last
And,
second.
right, and then went, and I was like, oh man. And then they even gave, yeah. Well, no, I think he got the first down
No, he
anyway.
didn't. He didn't
Oh,
get
that's
it.
right, he
And
didn't.
Andy
They gave
Reid
it to
was
him.
really mad, and they like wouldn't shut up about it. They were like, he was really mad, and then they scored the next play.
Well, it's kind of obvious though, because I mean, his whole face shield fogs up when he gets so angry. He has a, yeah. Okay, so on the Bill side, Connor, who would you say would be a blast? Yeah.
Diggs.
Okay. All right, and then Ethan, who would you say?
Josh Allen had some great rushing. I think he was a rushing leader on the day. So Josh Allen, other than the pick at the end, I mean, everyone was throwing kind of sloppy, you know.
Yeah. Well, it
Mahomes
was raining.
it was a raining game, exactly.
Mhm.
But you know, he still delivered. You're still happy with starting him.
Yeah, I was impressed with Singletary. I thought that and Moss, they each showed a little bit of what they all could do. So if put in the right
I think
position,
once again, you have to consider though the Kansas City run defense has been quite porous.
Yeah.
What they allow people to do. So
right,
that's
right. And okay, Connor, since you were chomping at the bit there, the blanks on
Yeah.
Kansas City. How about you go ahead?
So the defense, Butker missed. Did he miss he missed an extra point, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that hits your criteria. So based on that, you'll never own Butker.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I never pay up for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's say somebody dropped him for like a bye week, you'd still be like, nope, I don't take
no,
kickers
dude.
that
Yeah.
miss extra points.
Yep. And ironically, speaking of kickers, this is off topic, but I watched Randy Bullock's game for the Bengals, and he actually did make some decently long field goals. So I was glad I said to start him. I
Yeah.
really didn't want him to mess up.
Well, you said to start him because you were so convinced he was going to be terrible that you would be able to like, look, I said that.
I was playing both sides of the issue, no matter
Oh
what.
my god!
But moving,
Jeez.
okay, back to the back to the blanks.
Yeah, now we go back.
Back to the
Okay,
blanks.
all right.
Tyreek, okay.
Mhm.
Williams.
Yes.
Because Thompson got the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Mecole, Sammy.
Sammy sat.
Sammy
was out.
sat. Yeah, he had to. He was.
It would definitely be
He
a
was-
blank if
he
they
was-
were out.
He was shedding his exoskeleton. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I think that covers about the blanks there of all the ones that people would start. So I think you got it. Bills. Who would be the blanks on the Bills? Hey, I like that alliteration. Blanks on the Bills. Ethan.
I think that you were not happy. While we saw Singletary and Moss get some action, I don't think you would have been happy with Moss as a start. And also Buffalo's defense. You were not happy with Buffalo's defense.
So both defenses.
Yeah, but I think Kansas City actually their D came out on top. I want to say
With 3 points.
yes, because they allowed because Buffalo allowed more points.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Solid.
But yeah, and I think out of all, I mean, maybe Beasley had a decent game, but I wouldn't say he was. I would say he was more of a blank than anything. Same with John Brown. If you were happy John Brown was back, you were not happy if you started him. So
Yeah. Beasley had a big drop. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
all
also
right.
was overthrown sometimes.
Okay. So the last game of the week is still going on right now. The Cardinals and Cowboys. So from what you saw, Ethan, who would be a blast from the let's do the Cowboys. Who would you say would be a blast on the Cowboys?
jeez, I don't know if I would have started. I would have been happy because I haven't watched it since the last half.
Okay.
I watched the first. That was it, and I wouldn't have been happy to start from anyone. I mean, I think by the time last time I looked, Dalton Schultz was the leader for
I have
fantasy
I have
points.
the updated stats if you guys would like, because some things have happened since then in garbage time.
Oh,
Then
okay, Mark.
yeah, yeah. If you have more updated information, then go
Yeah,
for it, there, Connor.
Amari Cooper was a blast. He had 7 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown. He was,
Nice.
but to the Doc's point, he was literally the only blast. Zeke wasn't even a blast.
Oh my God, those fumbles back to back. Yeah, I started. I mean, they put Pollard in. I started thinking, maybe Pollard might be a good pickup because it was kind of in his head, So, but
Yeah,
he looks
but-
Yeah,
like
there was another game like that earlier this year, where Elliott had a fumble. It was either one or two fumbles. I think it was at the Falcons game. Same thing happened.
It looks like the team is mad that they have to play with Andy Dalton now instead of Dak Prescott. Like, man, we're stuck with this ginger, this asshole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't really help his case. He threw how many interceptions? Like 3 last time I counted. So
And he-
almost it should have been 4 from the
Threw another
like.
2 today.
Well, no, okay. So he only did 2 today.
Well, yeah, but he threw 3 last week, so he's
Okay.
He's thrown 5 interceptions and what, like 2 or 3 touchdowns. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not
Yeah.
good.
They should have hired, get Jameis Winston to come in and start.
They should
He'll at
have.
least throw that many touchdowns when he throws that many interceptions.
Exactly.
Unretire Tony Romo. Unretire Tony Romo.
I actually liked Tony Romo. Can we go over the bus since there's no more blanks? I'm sorry, no more blasts.
So you want to go?
Blank.
There are no busts. There's only blanks, sir. Stay
Blanks.
on track. Write it
The
down.
rest of the Dallas starters are blanks.
Yeah.
The rest of
Exactly.
them.
Right.
Anything could be a
Fair,
blank.
fair enough.
at this point.
Cardinals blasts.
Let's see. Well, I would say for the blast, the defense. I thought the defense did really well. They got
They did.
all those interceptions.
So the Cowboys are a streamable defense to play against, guys.
Yeah. Basically, that's the whole thing because they got what you said, 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries. That's pretty legit, man.
Yeah.
And only 10 points so far. Yeah. So, yeah, pretty good. That's one I would say. Kenyon Drake came out, dude. I mean, so he's actually he looked really good.
Good for
tonight.
Emord.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, Emord didn't start it, but Emord has him on the bench. But he also has Chase Edmonds on
Bad
the
for
bench too.
Emord.
Yeah. Well,
But we had D. Henry in the flex.
yeah,
so-
we'll get to that. Just a couple more. Kyler Murray, of course, was awesome. Is that right, Doc?
Yep.
Anybody else you'd add?
D Hop. No.
All right. So.
No. Christian Kirk had himself.
Oh.
Had
Fingertips.
himself a game.
Mr. Fingertips. Yeah.
Couple of
caught that-
touchdowns.
Yeah, I caught that one on the fingertips. That was pretty
Wonder
pretty
how
sweet.
many people got to profit off of that?
Yeah,
It was
well,
available in our league.
if you'd have watched our Shooter Ceasefire, we did talk about Christian Kirk. So it was
I did say to start him.
we both. I'm not sure.
I think we both did.
I know I did.
All did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ethan did or not.
I'm gonna need to start writing down my predictions on the over/under for every game because I actually want to see the data on how often I'm right or wrong about that.
Well, you just go to our last episode, press play.
No, I
Get a
know,
bit of-
but I'm gonna write it down so I can just.
I was thinking about doing the same thing too, like as it's happening in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the week 6 blast or blanks. So let's go and just start with the blast. Okay, and we'll do like quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. If there's a kicker or defense that really stuck out, but there's not really like other than when we get to kickers, there is one that really stuck out in my eyes and Connor's eyes, and also should be Ethan's eyes too. Yeah. So, but we'll talk to him. But let's go ahead and jump it off with with QB. So, how would you guys want to do this, man? Do you want to just go like a round table thing where we each say one, or do you just want to do your list? If you miss anything, then we'll jump in. What do you think?
Yeah.
That was an option, dude. 1 or 2, not a yes or no.
Yes.
What do you want to do? You want to just put out the list, or just go around the table?
Let's do list.
Okay, all right. You want to start? Oh, is that? Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a run by Kenyon Drake. Holy mackerel! That was a huge run that he just did. Holy mackerel!
So
Yeah, 69-yard run right now. Oh my gosh.
69.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not detailing about where he went or anything like that. Just that information. That's the general stat. So don't get us NFL. Okay, all right. So yeah. So go ahead, Connor. QBs. Let's start with you, Connor. QBs. Blast.
Kyler Murray, he was a blast, and he's got a really high floor this year, guys. He scores 28 points pretty much every game, it feels like, and he
We
always
literally
gets
just
a
talked-
rushing touchdown.
We just talked about that.
Oh,
Wait, okay,
oh,
keep
right.
going.
Okay,
Now.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. New meat, fresh meat, fresh meat.
Well, Ryan Ryan Tannehill, he was a blast. And would you guys consider Cam Newton a blast? 20
No.
points? No.
No, yeah, I looked at that too. I wouldn't consider that. No.
Coming back from the Rona, mind you.
Yeah, but if you go by our list, I don't think he's going to qualify. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like only 19 points. Yeah,
Well, speaking of only 19 points, Fitzpatrick, he had a great start. He threw 3 touchdowns, but he got benched because they shut out the Jets.
he 2 touchdowns,
3
1 rushing touchdown.
touchdowns.
2 touchdown, 2 throwing touchdown, 1 rush
On
touchdown.
Okay, well, what's weird is on Yahoo it says he threw 3.
No, it's 213 yards, 2 TDs, 5 rushes, 1 rushing touchdown.
You sure? I see 191 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Who are we talking about? Sir?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wrong, legit,
Who-
wrong stat.
Who are you thinking of?
Well, keep
Tua?
going. Yeah, no, I didn't put Fitzpatrick on my list. Yeah, I was looking at somebody else. I was looking at Carson. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you had, let's see, not a lot of the guys that I thought were gonna do great this week did great. That's what's kind of sad.
Yeah, it was kind of tough to dig in there because the usual suspects were not there.
Yeah.
But even though
Matt Ryan went off.
Matt Ryan's the last guy, I guess, that we could.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was number 1 on the week
Yeah.
for some of his stats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Although
agree. Yeah,
Murray could
370
still technically eclipse that.
Yeah, correct. That's correct right there. But 371 yards, 4 TDs, and four rushes for 8 yards is pretty good for Matt Ryan. Is there anybody that he left off there, Ethan, that you'd want to talk about? That's not on your
Philip
list.
Rivers had a really good game as well.
Yeah, but it's P. Rivers, dude. Yeah.
We're naming people that went off, and
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah. The only problem was that it was to his tight ends and not, it was to a rookie wide receiver. Yeah. Which we'll talk about.
But I mean, that doesn't change that he. I mean, we're just reviewing the people that did.
No.
well.
You're right. Yeah, I'm down with you. I'm
I'm not saying start him moving forward.
Yeah. No. It's a review show. You're right. Yeah. No, you're right. Philip Rivers did do well. Good point. And he brought a team back to upset, right? Comeback win. So yeah, good call. Anybody else?
Nope, not that I think is notable after everyone we talked about.
Okay, I would put in my list Kirk Cousins. He had 343 yards for 3 touchdowns. He threw 3 interceptions, but got 2-point conversions. So he actually ended up having a good game. And of course, the cheat code himself, Lamar Jackson. Whenever I tell you 186 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown, you're like, how is that, a blast? But dude, he had 9 rush attempts for 108 yards and a TD. I mean, come on, dude.
That's the Lamar Jackson I know and love.
Yeah, dude, that's the cheat code that we talked about. So yeah, I think that's all the blast that I have on quarterback. let's jump over to wide receiver. Ethan, you want to start us off on the wide receiver blast? Wow, this is gonna be fast.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. So Justin Jefferson had one fantastic game. So if you were one of the ones who picked him up off waivers recently, you're very happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Julio Jones doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but he did this game. He got two in one game. So happy to see him back. Also, I have Will Fuller. There's a lot to go around in Houston right now, and everyone actually, if you started Cooks, if you started any of those guys, you're happy. But Fuller was the one, and also I do remember saying that people need to start the tight end in Houston, and that also did pay off. But we're not talking about that right now.
Come on, man. We're going to wait. Keep this. You're contagious, Connor. Connor, you're contagious.
One last guy here to go over. Nope. That's it. Those are my ones that I found most notable.
Anybody you miss, Connor? Somebody who might be named Mud?
Well, Monsieur Chase Claypool was yeah, I'm giving him that name now. Monsieur Chase Claypool was a very mystique. He knew how to run with the football into the end zone. He got
That's awesome,
how do you say, touchdown?
The je ne sais quoi.
The je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. How many touchdowns?
He only got one. He didn't get 4. So
Wrong. 2.
No, he only got 1.
You want to check it again, brother?
I'm looking at it right now, and I had him on my team, so I know exactly how many touchdowns he had because I was counting them the whole game. He had 2 rushes for 7 yards and 1 rush touchdown, and he caught all 4 of his targets for 74 yards. James Washington, he almost got a touchdown. I think I know what you're thinking about.
It's a second rushing TD. That's what it was. That's what
he almost had a second one.
No, this was his second rushing TD. Yeah, because he had a rushing TD last week.
Second rushing touchdown.
This is his second.
Okay. No,
I misread my notes. No, me. It's my lugs, dude. Not you.
No,
you're doing great.
No.
You're doing great. No, dude, you're kicking it, dude. I'm up there I'm the turd in the punch bowl right now. You're doing great, man. Yeah.
I wanna. Well, thank you. I think Robert Woods deserves an honorable mention.
Okay. What he's not on my list, so break it down to me, dude.
It proved once again that he is a locked and loaded floor play wide receiver too. He is not sexy, but he will get you what you need.
Would you say that he's kind of like on the lines of Crowder, Jamison Crowder?
Yeah, I'd say right now Robert Woods, Crowder, and DJ Moore, they're all kind of in a similar vein.
Okay. All right. Anybody else that you want to list on there?
I don't think there's anyone else that we're really glossing over.
Travis Fulgham. Yeah, man, the rookie wide receiver from Philadelphia.
Oh,
yeah.
Good job.
9 targets, 6 catches, 75 yards, a TD, and he's becoming Wentz's go-to wide receiver, man. So even whenever Djax and Jeffrey comes back, I'm not sure if his value is going to go too far down. Like you said, Connor, these rookie wide receivers this year are built a little different. So they're really starting to come out. That's one of them. And we mentioned Will Fuller, of course. Keenan Cole, yeah, with DJ Shark doing what DJ Shark did. It was 9 targets, 6 receptions. For 143 yards. So he didn't get a TD in there, dude, but 143 yards, that's really good. And of course, one of our favorites, AJ Brown, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 56 yards, and
2.
How many?
2.
2.
Dos.
Yes.
Dos, mi amigo.
Hey, now you're speaking my language. Yeah. So that was the I don't think we missed anybody. Did we miss anybody there, Connor or Ethan? We're good. We got the list. All right. I'll go ahead. I have a real short list on the running backs. I only have just 4 that I have as blasts. course, we'll start off with the man, the myth, the legend, the one that we call around here, Derek Hemme. Uh,
Metal.
I was probably one of the only people. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure not one of the only people, but there wasn't many people like me in the city of Houston that was watching that 94-yard run and was just like jumping up and down, screaming. They were so excited, you know. So
But we were.
yeah, dude, I was so happy. But 22 rushes, 212 yards, two TDs, 5 targets, 2 reception, 52 yards. And he still owns Josh Norman's soul. You know that, right, guys? From last week, he still owns it. But hey, you know, Connor, whenever I was watching that play at the end of the game, you watched that play at the end of the game that Henry did, right? That trick play. You know,
The
it
Wildcat.
reminds me like, yeah, I was like, if that was New Orleans, you know, who would be running that play if it was New Orleans? Just,
Voldemort.
yeah, Taysom Hill, yeah, to love it. So I got
This
there.
one goes to 11.
Thank you, sir. There you go. James Conner, 20 attempts, 101 yards, a touchdown, 1 target for 1 reception, 1 yard. He and I do have a question about James Conner that I would be very curious to get your answer.
I want to
Your
get your answer. Will
Okay,
you
just for
fight
the-
Mike Tyson?
Okay, now I'm going to Ethan. I wasn't sure who I was going to go to. I'm going to Ethan on this one. All right, dude. So check out this breakdown, dude. Inside the 10-yard line. Okay, in the last 2 weeks. All right, 4 carries to Connor, 2 to Snell, and 2 to Claypool. To Claypool. Yeah, is that worrisome as a Connor owner?
Um, you know, I mean, anytime you see that happening, it to me it just lowers his ceiling. I think you still get a good floor with Connor. I think it just means that you're going to have to share those touchdowns, but this is an offense that moves the ball. You know, you got Big Ben at the helm. I think you're going to have plenty of chances in the red zone, but I think the ceiling has been brought down by that.
One target, does that bother you?
I mean, no, not really. I don't think that the game. I think they were playing from ahead for most of the game. So they weren't really doing a ton of passing, anyways.
Yeah, and Ben only got like 10 points in our league.
Exactly.
Yeah, speaking of
weird.
busts. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a crazy weird thing, and we're gonna need to talk about that with Emord because he's our quarterback. Big Ben is, so we might want to think about something different there. We'll see what's in that pool. I have DeAndre Swift at 14 rushing yards, 116 yards, or 14 rushing attempts, 116 yards, 2 TDs, 4 targets, 3 reception, and 7 yards. And of course, I do have Rojo, 23 yards, 23 rushing attempts, 113 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 targets, 2 receptions for 8 yards, and he has a favorable schedule for the rest of the season. And he's one of the reasons why I dropped Tom Brady, is because it seems like what what their MO is now is going to be what the Rams were a couple of years ago, which is a strong defense and try to focus on the run. Like he's going to be more of a game manager type guy. And I think that's why Godwin didn't do well, or Evans, but we'll get to those guys. Connor, you're really good at stuff like this. DeAndre Swift, is that something that you would want to invest in, or how do you feel, dude?
I actually am glad that you asked me about this because I remembered saying, don't start the Lions backfield. Yeah. And then I remember watching that game and I was like, oh, shit, I was wrong about that.
See, we own up. We know we own up. So
stay Water Brothers. If DeAndre Swift is out there,
bamboo, be bamboo.
Doggy. Yeah, be bamboo and go get him, guys.
Swift, right? DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift. And
yeah.
May I add one more thing in? Because I actually had a criteria for why I think he's going to be a good player.
Absolutely. I was just going to make one little annoying comment.
Make your annoying comment.
Okay, I will. On our very first Start Sit show, or actually review show, that was the one where Connor turned me on to Malcolm Brown in the middle of the show, and he had to talk me down from the ledge. And actually turning me on to Malcolm Brown kind of helped me get off the edge and play my game. So I really do appreciate that. You told me, I believe on air, drop drop DeAndre Swift, man. I don't think Adrian Peterson's ever going to get hurt.
This is true.
Yeah, yeah. But like you said, you gotta be bamboo. You gotta
You
be
gotta be
bamboo.
bamboo, and that's the beauty of no waiver. Random plug for not having a waiver wire, especially because of the guys with this COVID season going on, man. You gotta have no waiver, man.
No waiver.
No
wire.
waiver.
On the back of Gene Simmons' base.
What are you, a crommy? But
a crommy.
A crommy?
A crommy.
That's what I'm calling it. But
okay, please continue with Rojo. Go for it.
No, I was talking about Swift.
Oh, D Swift. I'm sorry, brother. D Swift.
He's from Georgia, and I like to pay attention to the schools that players come from because certain schools have a history of having good running backs. Georgia is definitely one of them. Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, they both went to Georgia. I know Sony Michel isn't that good, but before his knee became 60 years old, he actually was kind of good his first season, and he's from Georgia too. So DeAndre Swift, he might be the guy.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. So is there anybody that I left off the list? Ethan.
No, pretty much after the ones you named, there's a cliff that falls off into mediocrity.
I think
that's not nowhere.
I think that Joe Mixon deserves to be there, considering he did it on an injured foot.
Yeah, Robinson saved his day. He was not having a good day, but he saved it. Yeah, with a pass reception. But he does have he does get work, but it was exactly what I said that I was concerned about. I was concerned about Jacksonville, about starting Robinson against Detroit. Because I thought that I thought it was going to be the passing game that was going to destroy them, but it turned out to be the running game. But who knew? You can get them both ways with Jacksonville. Did we leave anybody off, Connor?
Running backs? I don't believe so. We talked about Drake, right?
No, go ahead. We kind of did. Yeah, we did. Do you have any more stats on him? I mean, because he ran that 69-yarder whenever we were talking.
Yeah. Let me pull that up.
I think he's gonna be.
He got 28 points.
Number 3 for the week. Number 3 or number 2.
Yeah, 28 points, 2 rushing touchdowns, 164 yards on the ground, 20 attempts. This was the free Drake game, guys. This was the I love the Drake game.
Do you relax if you're a Drake owner and say, okay, I finally got something, or do you sell?
You sell. It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I think this is going to get people really, really excited. I agree with that. Would you agree with that, Ethan?
Just depends on what you could get for him.
But you would be trying to shop them around.
I'd shop them around, but I mean, let me name a couple. Would you trade Kenyon Drake for James Robinson?
No.
Would you trade Kenyon Drake for Myles Gaskin?
It's the same player. Yeah. No. Probably.
Would you trade Kenyon Drake for Le'Veon Bell?
And a can of beans.
That's the can of beans, dude. I'm an amigo, so you gotta watch it, dude. That holds a lot of weight with me. Okay, dude. So Ethan, or not Ethan, Connor, would you do that trade?
Hell no.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't like Bell. I like Bell.
It's not that.
The moral of the story is, if you're gonna shop Drake around, don't chase something that's even you're hoping for something more than you're hoping for if you just stuck with Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had Drake, I would try to shop him for players like Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook. I would be aiming on that spectrum.
Awesome. Especially a player like Cook, who just came off injury.
Exactly.
Yeah, part of a package probably. You could probably package.
You probably could do that, especially if you had got Madison, which you can do now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fuck that dude. Yeah. Madison started making me think of 2019.
That was one of the tricks your team pulled out against me. I was like, hey, if you think Mike Gesicki goosing you is bad, I'm going to only give you 3 points.
Yeah. How about this against the worst defense? Beat that, Ethan.
So speaking of Mike Gesicki, tight end.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for the tight ends.
Kelsey. Kelsey, okay, we already talked about him. He was a blast off.
Mm-hmm.
Gronk. Whew, I thought that Gronk was going to have his game a couple of weeks ago. Turns out it was this week. Turns out it's a small world after all, and Gronk is the tight end in it.
Yeah. 8 targets, 5 receptions, 78 yards for a touchdown. Yep.
And
that's
Mr. Logan Thomas, we talked about him. 4 targets,
Ah.
42 yards, and a touchdown, guys. If he's available, you might want to pick him up.
See who's he play next week?
Dallas.
Oh, yeah. You might want to do that. And you might. Oh, shoot! I dropped Washington's defense too early. Oh darn! Yeah, I should have kept him to play against Dallas.
You still have him, right?
No, I dropped him.
You already dropped him?
Yeah,
I have to tell you that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. Let me just.
No, that's fine. I used them for what I needed to do. I'm riding Tampa Bay. I'm focused on my next waiver or bye week issue, which was my kicker. So I
have
just
there's one a couple tight ends on here that here on the show we told you to start, that we told you to target. Trey Burton, first off, had one heck of a game. All right, we said it on the show. Malali Cox is going to be out.
Yeah, you know what? I figured something out about Burton. He's Goldilocks. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because Moali Cox is too big, and then Jack Doe's
Jack
too
Doe's
small.
Trey
And then he
Burton's just right.
right. Yeah. So we're gonna call him Goldilocks.
So Monsieur Goldilocks, we need to get the King's X drop for any time we talk about Trey Burton. Then
Yeah. Okay.
They are part of a record label that will probably shut us down.
that is very true.
Also,
Okay. Well, dude, just do what I did with Kiss. I mean, go for it, dude. It's your idea.
I'll play it on my guitar.
No, record it.
I'll record it on my guitar and send it to you.
All right. Okay, keep going, Ethan. We broke your flow.
Aaron Fell had one heck of a game. George Kittle, of course, big
good
surprise.
on you, because you called Fells.
Yes,
you called that
Fells and
100%. Yeah.
And because he's like, and that's what you have to do. You have to wait and see if you can find clarity at a position, and then you go for it if you're in that position. Or you have to do that.
Yeah. Trey Burton makes me nervous though. About owning him. Trey, Goldilocks. Sorry. Yeah. He's making me a little nervous about it because of the fact that he got 5 targets and there's still competition there, and it's also a quarterback that's kind of
a shit show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I am nervous about that. Anybody else on your list there, Ethan? No. Did he miss anybody, Connor, on your list?
No, let's move on.
Okay, I would add Hayden Hurst. I mean, he had 4 targets for 4 receptions for 57 yards, and finally got that touchdown.
So
he's
gonna get his 4 targets. It's all about what he does with them.
Yeah, dude, and see that's why I wouldn't pick him up because I mean Gronk was 8 targets, Fells was 7 targets. Even Goldilocks was 5, and of course the one on top, the man. Kittle was 10 targets, but and again, I'd put in there again Anthony Ferkser. I mean, if something happens to Jonnu, this guy's going to be the dude. But the injury that Jonnu had, it's considered to be minor, so don't be worried. He's considered questionable for a game week 7, but he should be back.
Moving on, we did quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends, and now it's time
for the one kicker.
For kickers, specifically one kicker that was on my team, Mr. Youngwei Koo, with a whole 20 points. It was a ridiculous amount for 20 points. He had
4 field goals made,
a 20-yard field goal, 2 40-yard field goals, a 50-yard field goal, and 4 extra points.
How about that?
So beautiful.
Golly, dude, it's like somebody like if I drafted him, I'd feel so bad if I dropped him right now. What about you? What do you think about Ethan?
Well, when you're in a position where you're not allowed to put someone on IR, but they're not playing, you kind of had to.
Yeah, the doubtful. Yeah.
That D was dirty, man.
And then Connor was waiting and he just snatched them away from me.
Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, brother.
That record that broke my record of grabbing bell. I mean, like, dude, it literally was like ding ding, my notifications.
But I will say the 2 weeks before now, I was better off without.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and also I have to say there is one kicker who did better than Koo, and it was a guy that I loved on. He was a love target of mine. Yes. Do you know who that was?
I don't know, dude. If I should know what you've been loving on.
Brian McManus,
Who?
the Broncos kicker.
Oh, McManus. Yes.
McManus.
That's the guy that I picked up.
The number one kicker on the week.
Yeah, that's right. McManus. Yes.
McManus.
I'm a Viking. Yeah.
Funny. One of the things
Magnus
that stuck
McManus. Can we
about
call
him was
Magnus?
McManus.
Yeah, can we call him Magnus? Can we do that?
Magnus is his name.
Magnumus.
Come
I
on,
christened the Magnus McManus.
You know exactly why I'm saying that, Connor. You know why. You know why from the strongman competition, Magnus McManus. I'm a Viking.
Magnus.
So, Magnus. Yeah.
Magnus is
dude.
such a cool name. There used to you remember that video game we used to play, Dota? Magnus is a character. He's a huge rhino with four legs and 2 arms, and he holds up a huge axe.
I think we got ourselves a the little thing they're gonna click on, right? The clip art.
There we go. It's Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus.
How ironic is that? That's the kicker.
Yeah, but you're right, Ethan. We did drop him off, and I'm embarrassed by it because that's who I dropped Washington's defense for, was to pick up McManus. Yeah. So.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Yeah, I did that not because I have I lost faith in Gonzalez. It's just that it was the bye week coming up, but I'm keeping an eye on him. I it literally was because I think he's playing like an easy team, like I think it's the Chargers, and everybody scores doubles against the Chargers with the kickers. But yeah, man, yeah, you're right, dude. McManus, you called it. You absolutely did call it, dude. That was your dark horse sleeper kicker was McManus. You're 100% right, sir. Yeah, you deserve all the credit on that one. And any defense.
I got that right.
Yeah, no, do the I get no respect thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't get no respect. No respect at all.
Yeah. Perfect. So any defenses that you have in mind, Ethan?
Yeah, I had my list, and then it went away. Well, I know that Tampa Bay had a day. And you know what? If you were one of the ones that saw that coming, good for you, man. Because if you had the huevos to start Tampa Bay against Aaron Rodgers, then you know what? You deserve every little bit. Or unless you're the person who doesn't pay attention, so you didn't take them out because you didn't realize they were playing Aaron Rodgers, you get it too. Either way, good on.
Yeah.
Another
that was on my bench. 19 points sitting on my bench.
I have another one.
The Steelers had a fantastic game, but that's not really to be really surprised. Baker Mayfield was banged up, and he loves giving the ball to the other team. And the Steelers are a smash play. You play him when you want to.
Baker.
Broncos had a fantastic game because Cam Newton loved giving the ball away as well. A little rusty, shaking off that COVID dust. And also, I have the Bears had a very solid game as well.
I would add Atlanta. They just allowed only 3 catches to the running back, but under Dan Quinn, they allowed 8.6 catches. So I wonder if it's a change in the guard there. So,
that's just so bizarre to me, man. Like, who was the genius that started the Falcons today?
Just somebody super lucky. Yeah, somebody like Connor. Because speaking of, I would add the New York Giants, man.
Yeah, but I called that shit. That was
3 sacks, one interception, 1 fumble recovery, and 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good day.
And I mean, man, the reason why I picked the Giants up was because when I was watching the Cowboys game, I was hearing that apparently they're like a top 5 defense in the league right now. So I was just like, well, let me stay bamboo and scoop them up because they have a pretty soft schedule. So let me see what they do.
All right.
Yes, any team in the NFC East that you're playing against has a soft schedule because they're in the NFC East.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
true.
yeah. So that's all I got on my defenses. Connor, do we leave anybody off on the defenses?
Not really.
Okay.
Did we mention the Ravens? The Ravens had a
Yeah,
good
you
day.
have to. Yeah, the Ravens are great, man. They're a
Yeah.
great defense to own.
Hmm. Yeah, they can be. Yeah. Whenever I played against them, they only got like 6 points, but I was more blessed than anything. I
Okay,
don't think.
this is
Who did they
crazy.
play?
Right now, the champ in our league has 3 defenses rostered. He started Minnesota, and he had San Francisco and Denver on his bench.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, if you're playing fantasy, don't have 3 defenses on your team. It's too many.
Mm. Especially when they're Minnesota
Yes.
is involved or San Francisco.
And your defense you started is the worst one. Oh, the Bears. Do we include the Bears? They had 11
Yeah.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan got him. All right,
Good.
so let's go ahead and move on to the blanks. Yeah, so apparently we're gonna need to get some sort of soundbite or something like that to introduce these, but we'll figure them out. Let's see. You started last time on the QB's blast, right? So, Ethan, do you want to do the blanks? I only have 2 on my list.
Yeah, and I don't mean this. This is just this performance stood out to me. And I can say this because you beat me this week. Aaron Rodgers. That was
He's
not
on
what
my
you were hoping.
he's on my list.
That was just that was unfortunate if you started him. I'm trying to think who else was that you like knew not to start. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna name someone who no one was telling you to start him anyways.
Tom Brady, because people were talking about Green Bay's defense.
Really?
Yeah,
That was
yeah. He only got 166 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's in our league that scored 14 and a half points. And I'm like, dude, there's like Connor always talks about you want players, especially ones that are going to be on your bench, to have upside. There's no upside there. There's no upside there at all. So it's like, I mean, you had that 33-point game, but that's looking more like the misnomer than it is the regular.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
I think you were also unhappy with Matthew Stafford. I think you were hoping for more
yes
with the matchup. And same with Ben Roethlisberger. I think you were hoping for more out of Big Ben, but we're seeing a different offense. They're still powerful and they still score. It's just not what we were expecting.
Yeah, exactly right. Did we leave anybody off, Connor?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Want to move on to, do you want to introduce the wide receivers?
Yeah. I'll start off with Mr. Doo-doo shit Schuster, or should I say Juju Smith-Schuster, but that's what he played like, man. 4 targets, 2 receptions, 6 yards. He is playing like poo-poo.
Big Ben is the bottom 5 in targets to the slot receiver.
Really?
What's ironic is it's like Ben, he can't throw as far as he used to, but it's like he's not targeting. This is like, why?
Right. Yeah,
Doesn't make sense.
That's the secret, is to continue living. I mean, look at Brady. That's what he targets. Yeah. Good point. All right. So, okay, so Juju. How about OBJ, man? 4 targets.
Oh yeah.
2 receptions, 25 yards, and he's definitely not matchup proof. He's definitely not consistent. So you gotta watch out for that guy. You want to throw one in there, Ethan?
Yeah, Chris Godwin. That was just not what you were expecting. Another one for me, Devontae Parker. Those are guys that you were hoping to get good play out of. And the problem with Parker, I think, is that he is just constantly getting banged up and having to get pulled out of games. It's just taking away opportunities for him. And also DJ Chark. I'm not sure if because he was questionable all week. I don't know if he's just fighting injuries, if he's banged up. But he's only really cut loose one game this year, and so he's definitely a blank for me.
Yeah, 14 targets, 7 receptions for 45 yards. I mean, you got to love those 14 targets. Same thing like you're talking about Devontae Parker. 8 targets. Yeah. Godwin, 7 targets.
Yeah.
Another one we would add would be Devontae Adams. 10 targets, 6 receptions for 61 yards. and no TDs. So Mike Evans would be one that I would add. 2 targets, 1 reception, 10 yards. Do you see a theme there? Godwin's, Evans. Who is it? Who are they connected to? you know, throw
Yeah.
throw another one out there, Connor. I know there's I have a few more here on my list, so I know you got one.
Another wide receiver that
Blank. Yeah,
blanked.
yeah, like maybe one that might be missing. So let's keep the connection. The seven the 7 circles or whatever of Kevin Bacon or whatever. This is the seven thing of
I'll hit you with a
Tom
double
Brady.
header. I'll give you two guys that were both expected to do great this week.
Hmm.
Jerry Jeudy and Michael Gallup. They both collectively got 7.5 points in fantasy combined. They combined for 7.5 points.
Yeah, 5 targets, 2 receptions for 32 yards was kind of embarrassing for Judy. Agree with you on that. But the guy I was what played in that game? How about that? Connected to Tom Brady, played in that game, and he busted. And the guy you said we need to be nervous about, he actually might. There's talk that he might actually be washed, and that's the guy that I really loved, man, Julian Edelman. I mean, six
Yeah.
targets.
Who said that might happen?
You did, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I
two
did.
receptions for 8 yards, man. I mean, like I was like thinking, like when I saw that he got dropped in our league, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to grab Edelman, man. I'm glad I
Yeah.
didn't. He got like only like 2 points or something, like 3 points in our
Yeah,
league.
man.
So on the same team, Nikhil Harry, 2 targets, 0 receptions. That was somebody that everybody was saying was going to break out because of Newton coming back. How about the guy you tried trading for, Connor? Cooper Cup,
I didn't
nine
try
targets.
I did not try trading for him.
We keep saying this every over and over. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. At the
When?
beginning of the year, you tried to trade for him for like some kind of like it was a
Cooper
lopsided
Cup?
trade. Uh-huh. Yeah, you tried to trade for
But
Cooper
I
Cup.
had Robert Woods. Why would I want to?
I don't know, but you did you told
Man, time flies.
yeah, you told me you did
Oh,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like it was like it was like Matt Breida or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was
Yeah.
and yeah, when
Yeah, I
you
do
want it's
remember
funny
that.
is when you remembered last time you said the same thing. Yeah, I think it was my Breida. Yeah, so I say, yeah. So 9 targets, 3 receptions, 11 yards. Good thing that trade didn't go through. I don't know who would have
Yeah,
won
I'm
that
actually
one.
happy where I am with Claypool. I got DJ Moore now. I got Robert Woods, and I got Juju. So I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Ethan, did we leave anybody off? Like
No.
like anybody that maybe their first names is abbreviation?
JJ Arcega Whiteside.
No. It'd be between the S and the R maybe. Is that that would be the first initial? That's the last initial?
Why don't you just say it?
TY, dude. Hilton.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess in my head I moved away from him, and I'm no longer expecting him to do anything notable.
Well,
So
he
it's
did
kind of
really. Yeah, he did really well last game. But this game he got 1 reception for 11 yards. A guy, dude. Would you even know who Marcus Johnson is? Would you even know
no.
Marcus Johnson? Yeah. Well, he led the team, dude, in targets. He had 8 targets, 5 receptions for 108 yards. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
No, thank you.
yeah. But yeah, I think those are the blanks that I have there. Yeah. Um, Ethan, do you want to do the running backs?
Yes. Let me see. Look at my a big blank. Had a lot of hype. Big waiver wire pickup. Alexander Madison. I'm not sure if it was just the game script got flipped super early and they were in a hole and had to get out, and so they abandoned the run. But it just wasn't what you were hoping it would be.
It was
Also,
that was game script, by the way. That's what they're blaming on is game script. They had to get away
uh,
from it, yeah, because of 3 interception. But still, Kirk Cousins did well, and so when they were on comeback time, they still did not when they were trying to come back, they still didn't put Madison in. It was Boone and Abdallah that came in on the passing downs. So that's what makes me nervous about Madison. It's just like what we
yeah,
talked about before the draft. Are you sure 100% that Madison's going to be the person after Cook is out?
Yeah,
The answer
that's a
is
good point because you made that
And that
point.
was you, Brian, that was making
That
that
was all
point.
you. I disagree with you about it. I said Madison was the guy, so I'll eat my plate of crow on that.
well, dude. Do you have two servings? Because who's the dumbass that started him last week?
Okay, here you want
Yeah.
here. Let me feed you.
Couple,
Well,
yeah, yeah.
couple more blanks out here. Todd Gurley let you down after having a couple good weeks, and Kareem Hunt was another letdown.
Oh.
Yeah,
more like Kareem stunk.
Oh, boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
um, I'm seeing if there's anyone else. I
How
think
about
David Montgomery. I think we were expecting a huge game out of David Montgomery, and
To-
it just didn't happen.
He got 13 points, and he was like an inch away from a touchdown, and then they overruled it because I was watching that game, and it was so demoralizing because for a second they were like, oh, David Montgomery scored the first rushing touchdown, in this game, and it's the first touchdown in the third quarter for the Bears, and then they call it back and Nick Foles QB sneaks it in. It's like, damn it.
see? I had the reverse happen. I'm sorry, Ethan. I had the reverse happen to me where Aaron Rodgers ran the touchdown in, and then they even did the dance and everything, and they called it back out, and then they gave it to Aaron Jones, who Ethan was starting. So it was like, so it was a double slap. It was like, first your guy didn't get the point, but then we're giving it to your competition. Yeah, there you go.
I think
Merry
one
Christmas.
thing that's notable about Montgomery's stinker that he put up is he put it up against a team that has been really bad against the run, and so the fact that Montgomery wasn't able to take advantage of that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we started worrying about Kenyon Drake, to be honest with you. This
Yeah.
is against the same team. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Aaron Jones, I was expecting a lot more from Aaron Jones, coming off a bye week, but 10 rushes for 15 yards and one touchdown. Got that one touchdown that I just talked about, but still 15 yards. Eesh, not good. Not good. Yeah. But how about the other one that was supposed to get? What's that?
Against that Tampa Bay defense, that should maybe make you think about starting your running backs against them.
Yeah, that's legit. That defense seems to be legit. Yeah, at least seems to be gelling. At least right now it is, even though they're a little banged up. But one more that I have on my list, and then I'll ask Connor if we dropped anything. Philip Lindsay. Yeah, he was supposed to have a really big game with Melvin Gordon out, and he had 23 rushes for 101 yards. So
Called it.
yeah, not as big as we all hoped. Anything
That's
we
what
left?
she said. No, I think
Wow.
that's it.
Okay. Did anything any meat on that bone there, Ethan, or time to move on?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
We are at about time, gentlemen.
All right.
So
Well, we
let's
got
try
tight. Let's do tight end. Well, we got tight ends. Yeah. We're coming around the bend big time. Yeah. This is the last section. Yeah. Tight ends. Yeah. So I'll start.
Okay.
I would put Gesicki on there. 2 targets. No receptions, and he's not getting used around the goal line, so that's really.
But he's
really
running a
bad.
lot of routes.
Yeah, he is running a lot of routes.
Johnny Smith got injured.
Yeah. 2 targets, 1 reception,
Yeah.
for 13 yards. Yeah,
Ankle. Unquestionable for next week. Surely questionable.
He should be all right.
Mark Andrews.
Yep.
Mark Andrews, especially for where you drafted him.
4 targets, but he's the ultimate boom and bust. I mean,
He
like I already
is.
told you how many yards that Lamar Jackson threw. I mean, dude, you're not going to be able to have like consistent boom weeks when you have a running back for a quarterback, So yeah, that same thing can go with Marquise Brown, I think.
Tonka the Honka.
Yeah, Tonka, yes, right in my heart. 4 targets, 3 receptions for 25 yards.
I wouldn't be
He
too
actually-
worried about it.
Thanks, man. He actually hurt his ankle, but then he came back in, so everything's
Yeah,
cool.
he's a trooper.
Thanks, my brother. What about Ertzberg? Zach Ertz.
Well, he truly now is my Balzac Hurts.
Yeah, he really is. You christened him, huh? Just like McManus. Yeah. Like Magnus. Yeah. He's now my ball. Yeah. So my ball, 10 targets, 4 receptions, 33 yards. Um, Evan Ingram, 3 targets, two catches, 30 yards. Oh, this is interesting. He was against a vulnerable a Washington team who gives up a lot of points to the tight end, but Evan Ingram has the exact same usage as Jason Witten. Same stats. Yeah, how about that? Yeah. And I would add Higbee and Everett together. They combined 8 targets for 6 receptions. Three each. And Higbee got 56 yards, and Everett got 27. So
imagine if that was one person.
The Hig Beast.
Hig Beast.
No, what'd you call it? The
Higgerette.
Higgerette, yeah. The Higgerette, yeah. If we can find a Higgerette, then you're good to go. Yeah. Ethan, did we drop anybody? I mean, that's all. My list is exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah, that covers it.
Connor, did we drop anybody on the tight ends? Yeah, and the only blanks I would put for the defense, no, I don't really have one for the kicker, but for defense, I have, of course, WTFD, because I was expecting a lot more, like everybody was, and also Minnesota because they suck. Yeah. So so there we go. That is our very first blast or blanks. Hopefully it's kind of sped things up a little bit. Let's jump straight into the Thursday. Fire ceasefire. Okay, it's well, you go ahead. Do you know who it is, Connor? If not, then I'll do the voice
for the games.
Yeah, just one game.
Oh, just the one game. Okay, I was about
just
to be
the
like,
one.
okay,
nope, no, just the one.
I don't know who it is. You can do it.
I'll try to do my best Connor impersonation. First of all, I have to think me, I, me. Okay, good. All right. The New York Giants are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles at Philadelphia. Yeah. So who would you shoot on there?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm shooting all over the Giants D. Tell you what.
Even after what they did to the Steelers,
the Giants,
no, Philadelphia,
or the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm still feeling confident because the Giants have a pretty good pass rush, and the Eagles are banged up. Man, they're a lot more banged up than they were when they played the Giants. I'm sorry, Steelers.
No Sanders.
Ertz
is going to be out for a month.
Ertz's balls hurt. It's not a good mixture.
The go-to wide receiver is a rookie. So yeah. So yeah, I feel you there.
They put up 28 points on the Steelers, so that's just something to consider.
No,
with
Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they lost him towards the end, and that's when they came back.
Yeah, you and I are both like
2 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The Eagles played the Steelers 2 weeks ago. Sanders was healthy for that game, bro.
The Eagles played Baltimore, and they came back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, I still get your point, but Baltimore's D isn't as good as the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like, they get like pick sixes and stuff like that. That's why they get points in fantasy.
I think the D is a good play, especially considering what just happened. I can understand that. I can definitely understand that, especially with that line, and no Sanders. So I think that I could see that happening. Would you start Devontae Freeman? I mean, he's getting a lot of touches
Who?
too. Like Devontae Freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, I would start Devontae Freedom.
Ingram?
No, I'm not a fan. Actually, you know what? Yes, because the last time I said not to start him, he did awesome.
Okay. Darius Slayton.
Yeah, he looked pretty dynamite.
How about the other D on the team? Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ethan, on Philadelphia side. I mean, you seem to be a Philadelphia truther, so make us believe, my brother.
Oh, I'm not a Philadelphia truther. Carson Wentz, man, he pulls some stuff out of his butt, like beating the 49ers. and almost coming back. They were a 2-point conversion away from tying the game with Baltimore after getting down the hole. So there's people who are going to score points. It's just going to be who is it. I think your boy Fulgham, I think is definitely startable. I think Boston Scott. For those of you who are Miles Sanders owners, go pick him up if you don't already, because someone else will. I thankfully have Sanders and Scott on the bench, so I'm locked and loaded. I'm starting Scott.
So
Yeah,
Wentz? Would you start Wentz?
Yeah, I'd start him. I do it.
What
Why
about
not?
the D? Philadelphia's D.
I would not start Philadelphia's D.
Okay,
I
and
think that the game, what's probably going to happen is it's going to be a high scoring affair, with just them, because neither the Giants do have a decent defense. Yes, they do, but you know, teams have put up big points against them before.
Okay.
So
okay. Now, supposedly, Djax and Alshon Jeffrey is supposed to be back. Would you start either of them? Oh, and does that change your opinion on Fulgham?
Uh, I'm not. It isn't going to change my opinion, because even when Djax was in, he wasn't getting the love. Fulgham has been getting the love. I can see a narrative where the Fulgham, because of his success and the tape from the last week, that's where defenders are going to be focusing on, which could open up Djax. But Djax has been burning us all year, so I'm not going to start Djax
All right.
or
Okay. Oh, you mean you would shoot on him? You'd cease
No,
fire.
not
You'd
shoot.
I don't
ceasefire.
think shooting on him is kosher.
So you
fire.
want to ceasefire. Ceasefire. Okay. Anything to add on that, Connor? Did we skip anybody in Philadelphia one way or the other?
Nah.
No. All right. Well, then we'll move on to the last little bit of this section of this episode, which is this is the waiver wire. You have waiver wires going, so we always want to go and talk a little bit about waiver wires. So just like we always been doing, I'll go ahead and list. We'll go back and forth, and I'll just go ahead and list a name. And then the guys will tell me either high, medium, or low, if that should be on your priority list. Of course, it is focused on your team and everything like that, but we're just saying, generally speaking, on the opportunity, talent, of this player, how you should get them, high, medium, or low. So let's go and start with you, Doc. Irv Smith, a junior. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, tight end,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, he saw more targets and ran more routes and playing a higher snap share than Kyle Rudolph.
I'm going to go low.
Low. Okay. Connor, Trey Burton, Goldilocks. Sorry.
Thank you. Medium.
Okay. Doc, Travis Fulgham.
Medium.
Yeah, he said he was startable. Okay.
I did. I said he was startable.
Okay, so medium. Connor, Mr. Andy Dalton.
Drop him.
Okay, so low. No, don't even look his way. Okay.
No, he has insulted you by his presence being on your team.
Okay, he's just one of those things. All right. Well, I hate to be this way, but it's almost like a ginger quarterback. You got to watch out for that. They're unpredictable. So I apologize for all the redheads out there. I do love redheads. I really do. I do. I mean, seriously, that's a weakness. A redheaded woman definitely is a weakness of mine. But
Guilty.
come on. But not on my quarterback. On my women, yes, but not on my quarterback. Okay. So Doc, Austin Hooper.
Low.
No. Connor, Hayden Hurst.
Low.
Oh, okay. And let's see here. I guess he's still low in the league for some reason, but Chase Edmonds, Doc.
Oh, low.
Low? Oh, okay. Low. All right. Connor, Brandon Cooks.
Medium.
Okay. And Doc, T. Higgins.
Medium.
Connor, Tim Patrick.
Low.
Doc, LaVisca Chenault.
Medium.
All right. Connor, Gus Edwards.
Low.
Okay. Even with the injury.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And Ethan, J.K. Dobbins. W. W.
Nope. Medium.
Medium. Okay. All right. Yeah. With the idea that medium, especially in PPR, because he gets all the passing. Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind there. Then let's see here. Connor, Anthony Ferkser.
Low.
No. Okay. If you're a John Smith owner, should you pick him up for handcuffs?
If you don't have Noah Fant, then yes.
Okay, if you don't have anything better, then
Yeah.
okay. Back him up then. Back that ass up. All right. Yeah, yeah. And then the last one, Ethan Marcus Johnson.
Low.
So, okay. All right. Well, that concludes our show, guys. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. Of course, this is one we're recording on late Monday night. We'll have it up for you on Tuesday morning. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. And and also, like, remember, we changed it up a little bit because normally we record on Wednesday. But now we're going to record on Saturday. Okay, so there's going to be a Saturday show, but we'll also have it up and going on Saturday. So please keep an eye on that, eye out for that.
Yeah.
That will be our shooter ceasefire for the whole week, and also helps us kind of get like some of the news that comes in, so you guys can know how we react to it and how you guys should react to it. Connor, how about you go ahead and talk about the two supporters of our show? Let's thank them. Go ahead and talk about them real quick.
All right. So for everyone who is around the H-Town area, you need to subscribe to High Volume Music Radio, guys. The pride of Sunnyside, south side of Houston, man. A lot of pride, man. A lot of pride.
Download the app. Download the
Download
app.
it.
Check out the website. Yeah, High Volume Music Radio.com.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the other one?
First try. Oh, me? I'm doing both.
Yeah.
Well, you heard me
Doctor
say it
both.
once. You're going to hear me say it again now, and you're going to hear me talk about it in the next episode. It's the greatest app for sports that's ever been invented, the Sports Host app.
See, I mean, Doc, could you really do that? I don't think I could do that. Yeah, about
I
sports.
mean,
hosts.
I feel like people, want to line up and watch it like it's the circus,
Well, I'm just
Well,
saying.
hopefully we'll see our views go up then. We see
Yeah.
our
Right.
views go up on YouTube, probably.
Yeah, and that's another thing right there, Ethan. Nice segue. So if you enjoyed three generational beef heads just bantering about, what should they do, sir?
You should click the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can get alerts when we come out with all our new videos on Tuesday mornings and Saturday afternoons.
Hit the like.
And also click that like button so it gets in the algorithm and it tells YouTube, hey, people like this. And don't forget, if you don't like it, click the thumbs down button twice so you can show us that you don't like us 2 times.
All right, Connor, parting shots, my brother.
Joe Mixon did me right 3 weeks in a row, and I'm not backing down. I'm going for 4 weeks in a row, 10 points or more from my boy Joe.
Ethan?
You know what? We told you all to stick with Henry, even though some people were not believers. And you know what? If you listened, you were happy.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but you have a ghost in the house. Your bathroom door just opened on its own. So
Yeah.
you have a bathroom ghost. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, in my part shot again, until the trade deadline ends, until I stop seeing it, I am going to go ahead and say it. Have respect. If you get a trade you don't like, have respect and hit reject, guys. Come on. I can't believe I have to keep saying that. So on behalf of Ethan the Doc Marshall, Connor the Gut Marshall, and me, your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, I want to thank you for watching the show. We hope the best for your teams and the worst for your enemies. And remember, everybody, in fantasy football, as in life, don't dream it, be it. Enjoy your week. See y'all on Saturday.